Welcome to Community Corner. This show is produced by Glendale's Public Affairs Department to help you learn more about the city you call home. We know you've been hearing words like drought and water cutbacks in the news, and you may be wondering, what can I do to make a difference? Glendale takes its water resources very seriously, and today we'll help you learn more about how our plans and programs reflect our goal of being as drought resilient as possible, and how we've been preparing for possible shortages for decades. Today, Joanne Toms, our Environmental Programs Manager, is with us, and this is her area of expertise. She knows all about easy steps that we can take to be water smart. Welcome, Joanne.
Thank you, Sue.
And Glendale has innovative programs and a professional water conservation team. So let's start by having you tell us about your job.
Well, Sue, I always like to tell people that the city has had a water conservation program since 1985. It's a job where we get to help the people and we also get to help the environment. And it's also a really diverse job. So on any given day, I could be out in a classroom teaching fourth graders about the water cycle. I could be helping an HOA do a landscape water efficiency assessment, or I could be out in the Glendale Xeriscape demonstration garden working with a group of volunteers.
And how has Glendale prepared for the drought?
Yes, Glendale has made tremendous preparations for the drought, and this is something that we've been doing for decades. So Glendale has secured a very diverse and robust water portfolio. So we're not just dependent on the Colorado River water. We also get our water from the Salt River Project, from groundwater, and also we use 100% of our effluent, or also called reclaimed water. And we've also invested in our infrastructure like groundwater wells, and we continuously store water underground for future use.
And can you explain how different cities have different drought plans?
All of us cities are different. We have different populations, different demographics. We also have different water portfolios and demand and customer bases. So it makes sense for us to tailor that drought management plan to our community's unique needs. However, the plans also have some common elements. So for example, each of the city's drought management plans will have various drought stages, and those stages will increase in severity as the drought increases in severity. So that's a way for us to respond to bridging the gap between supply and demand. A lot of the city's drought plans will have drought management teams, and then they'll also have restrictions. But again, those are in the later stages, and the restrictions are for outdoor water use. Nothing is ever for indoor water use.
And Joanne, what can we do to use water more wisely?
Well, that's a great question, because we can all do our part to save water and use it more wisely. Look at your water bill every month. If you've seen a spike in use, you may have a leak, so definitely find and fix that leak. And outdoors is really where the big bucket of water savings occurs, because for most customers, more of their water use is outdoors than it is indoors. So with your irrigation timer, you want to adjust that seasonally. It's not just set it and forget it. You really have to change it to the season. And then if a customer has unwanted grass or non-functional grass, they can convert that to Xeriscape, a beautiful low water use landscape. And the city has a rebate that incentivizes the conversion of grass to a desert-wise or a beautiful, lovely landscape. And the city's rebate is up to $750 for single-family customers and up to $3,000 for non-residential customers like HOAs or schools or businesses. And then now let's go indoors, because there is potential for saving water indoors. And a lot of that is just with appliances or fixtures or toilet upgrades. So I recommend that customers look for the EPA WaterSense logo, because that signifies that product is not only highly performing, it does its job, but it's also highly water efficient.
And you talked about rebates. There also is a water conservation kit that people can get. What is in that?
Yeah, the kits are really cool. So thanks to APS, we received a $5,000 grant from that agency, and we were able to initially make 250 kits. Each kit contains a high-efficiency shower head, a garden hose nozzle, a toilet tank water displacement bag, an LED bulb, and water conservation literature. And this program has been really popular, Sue. We have so far to date in 4 months made 600 kits. So the city saw the demand for these kits, and we've been able to sustain that program. And Water Services is really appreciative of Community Services in Glendale for partnering with us on that program, because we've been able to distribute the kits at all 4 Glendale Public Library branches. So this program is very accessible to the public.
And your team, you are so amazing. You go out in the community and you speak with children, you speak with groups. Tell us a little bit about that outreach.
Well, I must be a teacher. It must be in my DNA because I have 3 sisters that are also educators. So, it's in the DNA. What can I say? But I love being a teacher. I love inspiring others. I love sharing my knowledge, my information, but I also love learning from people. And so some days, like I said, we can be in a classroom teaching kids. We have a great youth education program. We offer puppet shows, magic shows. Our program has a STEAM element that stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. We work with high school students. We have them do a water audit of their school, and we also talk to them about careers in the environmental and sustainability field. And then we also have a very robust adult education program where it has very much a DIY focus, that do it yourself. So we're teaching people how to control your irrigation timer, how to overseed where you're not wasting water or you're wasting money, how to install a high efficiency shower head. So it's truly DIY. And then we have a beautiful xeriscape demonstration garden that surrounds the Glendale Public Library. Yeah. And if you're driving by the library, you will see me wearing my coveralls and my hat with my water bottle, working out in the garden. So I definitely want to make sure that that public space is beautiful and inspiring for the public. It's a great opportunity for people to come out and see plants.
And you're right, it is really beautiful, Joanne. In your department, you have now started using a tagline. What is it, and what are residents going to see?
I really like the new tagline, Sue, and that is Glendale cares about the water we share. And it gets to the heart, the core, that water is truly a shared resource and that we need to use it wisely. It's here, but we have to make sure that we're good stewards of that. And I also like how the tagline can be personalized, so you can put an I statement at the beginning. I care about the water we share. Or your family could put their name at the beginning. The Toms family cares about the water we share.
And if anyone wants more information about any of the things that we have talked about today, or they just want to read more about water and how to use it wisely and what the city is doing, they can go to our website. Talk a little bit about what they'll see on there.
Absolutely. Visit our drought preparedness webpage on the City of Glendale website, and that has all sorts of information about the city's drought management plan, how we've prepared for drought, how we're encouraging customers to conserve water, with a link to our water conservation webpage. And our water conservation webpage has all sorts of information, publications, we have videos. We also have information about our rebate program and our various incentives.
Joanne, thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you for joining us today on Community Corner.